Hey guys, I just wanted to jump in here and chat about changing our mindset and approach to everything going on in terms of health right now, not just in the US, but the world. And I really see that, there's a big push to basically like safeguard ourselves somehow and protect ourselves from coming into contact with the certain thing that's being spread without saying the actual word. And that's one approach. But the other approach, I would really encourage everybody to put a lot of effort into is building up your immune system so that it is strong. We do so many things in our culture to create weak immune systems. And you have to look at it from a lot of different perspectives, or there's a lot of different like spokes to the wheel in terms of your immune system. So it's not just about like getting your vitamins in or whatever. If I am eating fast food and sugar and, drinking all the time and not exercising and super stressed out, not sleeping, taking a vitamin is gonna do like nothing. Especially if you're taking a vitamin that your body's really not absorbing very well. So that's a whole nother subject. Anyway, that's what I feel like a lot of people do. So no judgment. I'm just really encouraging people to, step back, look at your, like even write it down, like draw a picture of a wheel with all the spokes. Put down sleep, put down stress, put down toxins, and I'll talk more about that. Put down nutrients, put down exercise, I would put down relationships. Look at all those things, and then maybe rate yourself and you don't have to share this with anybody, and like I said, no judgment whatsoever, because I do feel like we all kind of go up and down with all of this stuff, and we all need to kind of reevaluate. So look at, rate yourself from like 1 to 10, like 1 being like the worst, and like, do I really need, am I giving this enough priority? Does this need work? Again, don't bash yourself over it, please, because then you just end up going, none of it's worth it. It's too overwhelming and stressful, and then you end up doing nothing. But rate yourself from 1 to 10, and then decide, like if maybe you're connecting with people, you're putting plenty of time and effort into connecting with people, regardless of how situations are right now. And so you feel pretty good about your relationships and feel like you have a good network. So, maybe even give yourself a 10 on that, or, 8 or 9, and like, okay, that's pretty good. I feel pretty good about that. But if you're like super stressed out and anxious, rate yourself a little bit lower. If you are, like I said, eating, McDonald's and stuff like that, I would, consider rating yourself kind of low, and just pointing out to yourself, you need to work on that, right? So do that for every one of those areas. And if there's an area that I haven't mentioned that you think is important, then do it. Did I say sleep? I hope I said sleep, because that's one. And then you can kind of look at it from a, I don't know, more, I don't know the word I'm looking for. You can step back and look at it instead of like having it, just going about your day, not really realizing kind of the position you're putting yourself into, because all of these things that I'm talking about, they either add to the health of your immune system, or they take away from it. So I kind of mentioned this before in another video, but you can't like, people argue, well, you can't boost your immune system. Well, that's true. Like, you can't create this super immune system or whatever, but you can make it better than what it is, in terms of, we do so many things against a healthy immune system that you can do things to make sure that you have the best immune system that your body is able to have. So all the things that I mentioned create stress in your body. So if I'm eating crap, if I'm not getting enough sleep, if I'm using toxic things all the time, all those things create stress in my body, and that causes inflammation, and that causes our immune system to not work as well as it can, because your body is then having to try to balance that stress out and try to counteract it. And so you're making it basically, my dog wants in, so I'm gonna bring you with me. Basically, you're making it do other jobs when it needs to. Come on in, honey. When it needs to, it needs to be keeping you healthy, and you're creating all these other issues. Sorry, there we go. So I'm just going to dive into toxins really quick, because that's one that does not get enough attention at all. And I think that it can be really overwhelming to people. And I have a toxin-free living group it's for women only. So if you're interested, you can jump on in there with me, with us. And, we dive into this stuff all the time. I share information to hopefully make it less daunting. But we are inundated with toxins every day. Everything from the stuff in your shower, your shampoo, body wash, whatever you're using. Get out of the shower, and if you're like me, I'm putting like lotion on my face. Hi, there's Nanak. Lotion on my face, lotion on my body, any hair products, any makeup that you're using, and the clothes you put on your body. You've used laundry detergent and dryer sheets. Ugh, they're bad. You haven't even like stepped out of maybe even your room and your bathroom yet, and you've got all this stuff with ingredients that are very, 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 very likely not amazing for you, and those things can accumulate in your body and make it really hard. People will argue, well, your body naturally detoxes. We have our endocrine system, we have our kidneys and liver, we excrete things, we even out breathing and sweating. Yeah, we do. But when we're inundating ourselves with all this stuff, our bodies can't keep up. And we're at a level now more than ever before. She's looking for a place to bury her cow's ear. And I don't know if you're going to find one in my office, but go for it. So cute. And then, you'll notice things like, your, oh my gosh, Nana, no, honey. You get added inflammation in your body then, and you're creating a situation in which like your body can't get rid of this stuff, and your liver can suffer for it, and therefore your hormones can get out of balance. We can see things like cancer, come here, autoimmune conditions. I'm gonna let her out, so we're gonna go on a walk again. Mental health issues. Go on, honey. And then clearly your immune system is going to suffer for it. I mean, that's just a really, really basic little spiel. I mean, because I could go into detail and like give you a long list of what could actually happen. But that's what we're doing to ourselves every day. And like I said, I just gave you a scenario where you haven't even left the house yet. So, let's say then you have your breakfast and you're having, God knows what. So then we're talking about the nutrition aspect of it, which what you're putting in your body matters as much as what you're not putting in your body. Because, if you're not getting the right things or enough of the right things, that's part of it too. So, and then the things, that we're breathing in and blah, blah, blah. I could go on and on and on. So that's what I mean when I say toxins. Not to mention, like I personally have mercury amalgams, which I am going to have safely removed. I've had some not safely removed, and now I have MS symptoms, which could very well be because of that. The mercury toxicity, look it up. You can message me if you'd like some information. I have a really good book I could recommend. But that is a highly, 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 highly toxic substance to us and really loves your brain, which makes it extremely scary. So it's kind of crazy that we have things like that, that, you know, people are like, oh, it's fine, it's safe, you know. Well, I'm here to tell you it's not. Anyway, so toxins come at us from many different levels. And it's really important that people are paying attention to this. And again, you know, you'll hear people, oh, it's just a little bit of this and that, and it's fine, you know. Well, our bodies really aren't designed to just handle that onslaught that we've created for ourselves, you know, all day, every day. So, yeah. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm really encouraging people to kind of shift, you know, and really focus on your foundation of health and what you can do to not just like put up this thing and protect yourself from certain things, but what can you do to make yourself strong from the inside out? And let me also tell you guys, exercise is one that you need to use. I always have to be careful with how I say this, because you do need to be exercising, and there are so many people who aren't, but you also need to make sure that you're not overdoing it. And, you know, especially if you're like under an abundance of stress, you know, you always have to like kind of balance it out. So I would say that if somebody is like super stressed out and, you know, has all this stuff going on, and maybe it's even some of it's like physical stress for whatever reason, then I would encourage you to make sure that your exercise is not something that's creating more stress. So it might be that you just walk. It might be that you do some swimming. It might be that you know, just doing something gentle and not taking up a CrossFit class, or, you know what I mean? Not doing something super intense, doing something that is helping you to de-stress. And still getting that movement in, because it's really important. And I do also think that, especially with the respiratory stuff going around, that you're doing things that, my dog's trying to get in. I'm going to ignore her for a second. That it is making you breathe deeply and get that cardiovascular health up. Because, you know, we tend not to breathe deep enough. And I think doing some cardio is a really great way to do that. And don't wear a mask while you're doing it. Do not wear a mask while you're doing it. I've already done a video on that. All right, you guys, if you have any questions or input, I would love to hear it. I just, you know, yeah, please pay attention to how you're setting yourself up in terms of your foundation of health. And if you're overwhelmed by like, okay, I did this little wheel with the spokes and I'm like, oh, I have so much to work on, choose one, the one that most needs work, and go from there. Baby steps. Nobody's saying you have to do it right now overnight, because that would just add stress. All right. Have a good day.